Hi there, this is David and welcome to New RPG News, and today we have a lot of stuff to talk about, from some Suikoden to some Super Mario RPG to some Dragon Quest to some Legend of Heroes, Final Fantasy, and Video Game Awards. And that's what we're going to be starting with here. We have our Video Game Award nominations, Game of the Year, RPG of the Year, and all that kind of stuff, and we do have a lot of stuff to say about it, at least I have a lot of stuff to say about it. So I really just want to talk about the games of the year as well as the RPGs of the year. Now, the games of the year that have been announced: Alan Wake 2, which I have no idea what that is, Baldur's Gate 3, which I have played and I did enjoy, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, duh, Spider-Man 2, I'm not really into like superhero-y stuff, as if that's a huge surprise, Resident Evil 4, that's a remake, so I know that a lot of people are like, hey, you know, remakes shouldn't be allowed. But if that's the case, well, I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to our RPGs. And then Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I love a good 2D Mario. I cannot say that that's a bad nomination. All those seem fine to me. I'm looking here. Looks like it's like the same sort of stuff. You know, I'm looking above this Best Action Adventure. Alan Wake 2, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. It's like the exact same games are being announced or being nominated right here. Now let's go look at best role-playing games. This is an RPG channel after all, and that's what I play. So these are games that I actually know about. Okay, Baldur's Gate 3, that was nominated. Great game. Final Fantasy 16, I feel like that's getting nominated on name recognition, you know? Lies of P, which to me, that's like the outlier. I'm like, why is that here? It just seems weird for that to be in this particular category. Sea of Stars, yeah, definitely. And Starfield, yet another Bethesda game. I've got to say, I feel like there was a couple snubs in this category too, to be exact. One being Chained Echoes. Now, yes, that was released in 2022 last year. However, it was released in December of 2022, and according to their own rules, games that were released in December are able to qualify for the next year's Game Awards, just because of the way the nominations work. So where's Chained Echoes? As far as I'm concerned, if you put Sea of Stars up against Chained Echoes beats it into oblivion. And then the other game that I'm like, what? Where's Octopath Traveler 2? I've got to say, great game. Yeah, it came out earlier this year, but where is it? And if we're allowing remakes such as Resident Evil 4, where is Star Ocean 2? Where is Super Mario RPG? What about those games? Those games are great, and arguably a hell of a lot better than some of these other games on this list. But, yeah. But anyway, speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, that's a good segue into our next story, because as of right now, it's only digital, but look at this. We have a physical release, and this is being released for $80 physically. You can purchase, or you can pre-order it, for the PS5, the Xbox, or the PC. There's literally a PC pre-order for a physical PC version. How cool is that? So these are going to be shipping out in spring quarter of next year. If you do want these, I already have it digitally because, you know, there's nobody to play it right now. And each of these does come with digital deluxe content. It's all the same content right there. No matter which version you choose, you do get these digital things: a Divinity item pack, a Bard song pack, an exclusive dice skin, paintings from Revelio? I don't know. An adventurer's pouch, a digital OST, a digital art book, and digital character sheets, all of which are digital, so I will never look at them. Now, physical, like, you buy the game physically, what comes physically? That's what I want to know. I don't give a shit about the digital stuff. That's just me. So, this comes with the game disc, obviously. It says a retail copy of Baldur's Gate 3 across 2 discs, playable from the disc. That is key. Does not involve a download, playable from the disc. A poster. It says, let your friends know the invasion is on, with this big, beautiful, terrifying poster. There's patches, a flaming fist or mark of the absolute. With both patches in the box, you can show your allegiance to which side you want to be on. 32 different stickers, a double-sided cloth map for your adventures. How else would you know where you are? Like the little blurbs that they put there, the flavor text, I should say. The original game soundtrack, 3 CDs of adventuring anthems, sure to get any party gathered. Your very own Bobby Slavov. Game box, keep Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 company with this collectible box created in the style of the original series. That's neat. So I really do like that, you know? Whenever a fantastic game comes out and it's digital only and you're like, oh, that sucks, but then it comes out physically, hell yeah, that's great. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say this earlier. If you are a new viewer to the channel, please be sure that you subscribe for some more great news, for reviews, and for some top 10s. And everybody out there, like the video for that ratio. Guess what fantastic classic game is coming to the PlayStation? Grandia! I love it! I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Grandia was one of my favorite games back on the original PlayStation 1. It is just fantastic. There's some other games coming out to the PS Plus and everything, but Grandia is definitely the highlight. Some other ones that you want to look out for is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, especially because Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out shortly. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, which is kind of like an appetizer, a tease, something to get yourself amped up, I guess, for the real game. It's kind of action-y, and it looks very mobile-y, and it's not all that hot, I've got to say, and they probably would have been better off not releasing this game and just focusing on Eiyuden Chronicle, but hey, it's there. There's also Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi, which is another one of those strategy games that have been coming out since like the NES days. But there's Grandia! If you haven't played Grandia yet, you owe it to yourself to play it. It is fan-fricking-tastic. It's not the same as that HD upgrade that we recently got on other systems. This is just a port of the original game. However, it does have some enhanced features. It says this version is enhanced with up-rendering, rewind, quick save, and custom video filters, but it is not that HD version that like came out on the Switch and the PC. And now we actually have some more information on Unicorn Overlord. Details allied characters, nations, and exploration. A lot of people have been asking about this game, more information about this game. We have information about our allied characters Travis, Yana, Clive, Chloe, Hodrick, and Melisandre, and then the 5 nations under the thumb of the Zenorian Empire, and the exploration of the Overworld. Yeah, there's an Overworld map that you can go and explore. That is just, like, when do we ever get to see an Overworld map? You know what I mean? Like, that's just fantastic. I just kind of skipped through the 5 allies that you have. Just kind of details their background stories and all that. I really want to talk more about the gameplay itself and what actually you get to see in the game. It says here, the story takes place on the continent of Fevrith, once comprised of 5 nations: Cornia, Drakenhold, Elheim, Bastorius, and Albion. However, the reborn Zenorian Empire led by Galerius now dominates the entire continent. And then it goes into each of the empires and their backstories and all that kind of stuff. But, over here, exploration. Overworld! I am like giddy with girlish glee. You have no idea how much I love a good overworld map. And look at it. It is beautiful. Explore the vast overworld at your leisure, encountering various quests and events. Fight against enemies, liberate and rebuild captured settlements, and prepare your forces to advance even further. You can see the people out there. You can see like little skirmish icons. You can see people talking. You can see little sparklies out there. You can see the various towns. Has a quest log for you to look at so you know exactly what to do. It says liberating and rebuilding the towns. There's also forts, honor, and renown that you can build up. Like, this is just something else right here. I just can't. It says various events or quests occur while exploring the overworld. So you go over and you talk to people, and they'll tell you what to do, or they'll give you a request or whatever, and then you can go do it. It has main quests and side quests. It says take on the quest, complete the battle stages, and then reap the rewards. This is a real-time strategy RPG, and it's glorious. It's glorious. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year. Look at it. Oh, I just can't. It says all sorts of events are logged as quests. Start with the ones that interest you the most. And this is just, going through and finding people and talking to people and figuring things out on your own. This is an old school RPG. This speaks directly to my soul. When you defeat Imperial forces and liberate towns and forts, you'll gain access to armories and tool shops. Wandering enemies in the region will also disappear, making it easier to explore the area. So you go into new areas, you liberate the towns and the forts, you get upgraded items and weaponry and all that, and then the encounter rate goes down because, the people, they like you. They really, really like you. So, I don't know. This is just, this is it looks like HD 2D meets that vanillaware style. Towns are devastated by Imperial rule, and they can be reconstructed by delivering materials, adding facilities and functions that can be used in the towns. So you can upgrade and rebuild. This is just awesome. When large towns are fortified and cities are rebuilt, inns will be added where you'll be able to serve meals. Items are scattered throughout the overworld, encouraging exploration. Those are those little sparklies and shinies that you see right there. Many of these items can be delivered to towns to help them rebuild, so be proactive in collecting them as you explore the overworld traditional map. Oh man, there was a time when we just didn't get overworld maps. They just went away. But now we're getting a resurgence in them with Star Ocean 2, and now with Unicorn Overlord, and I'm all about it. Oh, and Monochrome Mobius too, let's not forget about that one. It says these items will also refresh after a certain number of battles have been completed. You can station your comrades in the reconstructed towns. Once a character is garrisoned in a town, you'll receive rewards each time that you complete a stage. Oh, I love this. Look at the ships coming in and out of the town, the little tent set up, all the little sparklies on the world map. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. At forts, you can engage in mock battles in which prearranged allies units fight each other. You can also expand the size of your units to bolster the number of available character slots in a unit. So that, to me, this sounds a lot like Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen, where you have one character, but he's more like a leader, and then there's other people in his little army, and then you go off and you fight. It says ultimate maximum size is 10 units of up to 5 members in each unit. In order to use a fort, you need to prove your Valor by earning honors, and to unlock the functions of a fort, you need the appropriate renown rank. Honors can be earned by clearing stages and delivering goods, while renown is earned through quest completion and town rebuilding. So you can kind of build up your reputation and everything. It's just, look at this little flying Pegasus guy right there. I love it. Oh, it says build renown to hire mercenaries who you can customize as you fit. Find wandering enemies on the overworld to trigger an encounter. Finish off the enemy in one battle to earn experience as well as more honor. This is just the best. There's quarries where you can collect more items to deliver to the towns and all that kind of stuff. It's just great. Again, this is coming out next year on March 8th for the PS5, the PS4, the Xbox, and the Switch, and it's one of the most anticipated games of next year. This video is sponsored by Atlas and Persona 5 Tactica, which came out yesterday for the Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox One, Windows PC, the PS4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. This is definitely one of the big RPGs that you need to be on the lookout for as you come and experience an all-new adventure with the Phantom Thieves in this tactical turn-based strategy RPG set in the Persona 5 universe. This features an all-new story, the return of fan-favorite characters, as well as all new allies and foes, as our intrepid Phantom Thieves have inadvertently wandered into a bizarre realm where everybody lives under tyrannical oppression by the Legionnaires. They find themselves in grave danger until a mysterious revolutionary named Irina rescues them and then offers an enticing deal in exchange for their help. Can you join up with the underground resistance and lead a revolution against the oppressive Legionnaires? And what truth lies behind Irina and the deal that she offers our Phantom Thieves? You're definitely going to want to come and find out in this all-new tactical spin-off of a legacy series. And if you'd like to learn more, please just click the link below in the pinned comment or in the video description. And now with that, let's get back to talking about this week's news. Nippon Ichi Software is to announce a new title on November 20th. We already know, it says right here, they deep dove. They deep dove. It says, currently the only hint is on the YouTube video thumbnail, which is pictured above. Extracting the YouTube metadata reveals that the trailer will run for 2 minutes and 19 seconds and contains the tags strategy video game and video game culture. This is going to be announced on November 20th at 22, which is 10 p.m. Japan time. You can watch it on YouTube, but if you look at this thumbnail, to me, I kind of examined it. It looks like zodiac signs. If you look here where my cursor is, that's like a ram. This is like, I don't know, a goat or something. This is an archer, like Sagittarius. Over here's a crab, like Cancer. I don't know all the little zodiac signs, but that's what it looks like to me. It's like the 12 signs of the zodiac, and it's going to be a strategy game based on astrology or something. It looks pretty neat. Card SRPG, The Misty Battlefield, has a debut trailer, details, and screenshots. This is a roguelike deck builder strategy RPG. That's a lot going on right here. This is coming out next year for the PS5, the Switch, and the PC over on Steam. It says this game brings together roguelike deck building with strategy RPGs to create a whole new genre. Lead the Clausewitz Battalion into a map shrouded in mist, collect and strengthen cards to build the strongest deck and battle enemies. Kind of reminds me of like that Voice of Cards game, I guess. Kind of meets like Bat and Kaitos or something like that. The story, it says that a black dragon descended on the kingdom and it destroyed everything, and then there was 100 Years' War between all the various kingdoms, blah, 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 blah. Can you stop the war? All that, yeah. Key features: a new game system combining roguelike deck building with strategy RPGs for a brand new experience. Over 50 varieties of cards, all with unique designs. Clear away the mist on the map to discover enemies, facilities, and equipment, and form a battle plan. And the battle system combines strategy, turn-based battles with card battles. So this to me doesn't really look like my thing, but I figure again that I would just bring this to y'all so you are aware of it. And we have another game that's not really my thing, but I figured I'd just bring it up to y'all to let you know that it exists. NCSoft Collection RPG project BSS G-Star has a new trailer and screenshots. It's utilizing the Blade and Soul universe, which is something else that I've never heard of. It's a collection RPG for the PC and mobile. So yeah, this is coming out. What is Blade and Soul? I have no idea. It says, building upon the inherent enjoyment of collectible RPGs, this seamlessly integrates action and adventure tailored for battlefield gameplay, fostering communication and enjoyment amongst players. The game showcases strategic team formations capable of adapting to the dynamic combat environment and conditions, along with tactical combat that heightens the thrill of collecting and combining elements. That's a lot of words to not say a whole lot of anything as far as I'm concerned. So I'm personally confused. I don't know what Blade and Soul is. I assume that this is a collection of multiple RPGs, but I don't think that it is. I think this is like a collectathon RPG. I really don't know. But again, it's not really my thing, and honestly, I don't care. Shantae Advance Risky Revolution adds a PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC version alongside the already announced Game Boy Advance version, like a real Game Boy Advance cartridge. How cool is... I love this story. I love this story. Okay, so the original Shantae came out in 2002, and it was a great game. It was one of the best games for the Game Boy Advance. I loved it. Then the sequel was planned, and they started working on it and all that kind of stuff, but for whatever reason, money or just, the introduction of the Nintendo DS, which caused the unfortunate early demise of the Game Boy Advance, they quit making the game, and they just kind of had to put it on hold, put it on hiatus. But now, 20 freaking years later, we're finally getting this game. That's so cool. I would love to say that I am happy to see the indie scene kind of revitalize games from my childhood, but they're revitalizing games from my adulthood because I'm old. I played the Game Boy Advance in college whenever I was 20, 21, somewhere in there, years old. And yeah, so now we're going back and we're getting these games. So say what you will about digital distribution and the indie scene, say what you will, but it is allowing some of these smaller niche games to come to the surface that we can play. And it's not just, Shantae, it's things like Chained Echoes, it's things like Sea of Stars, it's these other great games, Crystal Project, that we're getting a chance to play that we otherwise wouldn't have a chance to play. And if you haven't played Shantae, you're missing out. It's a lot of fun. It's not exactly RPG. It's kind of RPG adjacent. It's action adventure, Metroidvania. It's that sort of stuff, but it's so much fun. So I came to y'all 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was talking about this HD upgrade patch for Suikoden 3 made by One Virock, and I thought that patch would take forever, and he was done with it in like a week. And it fast forwarded the battle system, it fixed bugs, it made it HD. It was a really cool patch. And it was like, hey, I'm gonna go on to Suikoden 4. That was done in like a week too, and he's already released it. I'm over here on his Twitter page, and he has a link to the patch that you can use in order to download the Suikoden 4 HD remastered patch. And once he finished that, he's like, okay, I'm moving on to Suikoden 5. So basically, we're going to be getting Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remastered from Konami themselves. And hey, if you want to just go through the entire series, now you can play it all in HD, because something tells me he's going to be done with Suikoden 5 probably by next week when I come to report it again and be like, hey, he's done with 5. You know what I mean? In another update to a story that I brought you last week, the Legend of Heroes Gagharv Trilogy mobile game now has an official trailer, which I'm playing for you right above me. Last time in the news, I talked really pretty in depth about these Gagharv games. They comprise the 3rd, 4th, and 5th games in the Legend of Heroes trilogy. They came out before Trails in the Sky, and then Zero in Azure, and then Cold Steel, and all that kind of stuff. So they're kind of lost games. We did get them in English over on the PSP, but the translation was, like, it wasn't just bad. It was like bad. It was like god-awful bad. It was the worst translations you've ever seen in your entire life. Now, this mobile game is getting a worldwide release. We do not know if it is just a direct remake of those games. We don't know if it's a side story. We don't really know much at all about it. We just know that it is going to be a game taking place in the world of the Gagharv trilogy, which was Prophecy of the White Witch, Tear of Vermilion, and Song of the Ocean. And I played those games. I even Let's Played them on my channel way back in the day, and for whatever reason, I did enjoy them. They are janky AF, but I enjoyed them. But hopefully this is like just a remake of them. That would be nice. If you could just remake them, make it cost $10 or something, and leave all the gacha crap out, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And in our final story of the day, Bandai Namco has established Studio 2 to specifically work on Nintendo games. It says that Bandai Namco has a lengthy relationship with Nintendo, including working on the recent entries of Super Smash Bros., and they've also formed this new division, and they got retroactive credit on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Tour, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it says that they're hiring new people experienced in action games, specifically mentioning the side view variety. Whenever I think of Bandai Namco and Nintendo, the first game that comes to my mind is Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, which was Garbo, but hopefully this is better. Hopefully we're going to be getting new Tales games over on the Switch. This would be great, because a lot of the older Tales games, let's say that they went back and they remade or they ported over games that we didn't get in America, like Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Rebirth, games like that. Those were side view action combat games. Now, I'm probably doing like a pipe dream here, but that's what I would love. More than likely, though, they're probably going to be working on 2D platformers, action games like that, like maybe, the 2D Mario or a Metroid or a Kirby or something like that. I don't really entirely know. I just thought that this was interesting that an RPG company is creating a whole new studio just to work with solely Nintendo only, yet they're doing action games. I don't know. Like, this to me, it's just, tell me in the comments what you think that they're going to be working on. What do you think that they're going to be hired for? What do you think this is all about? I would like to know, because I don't really know myself. So that's it for the news. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. Next week, I should be back home in Las Vegas. Yeah, this cruise, it's great, having a good time, but I cannot wait to be home. So I will see y'all next week, and have